sit comfortably, sit conveniently, close your eyes. Keep both of your hands in Chin Mudra. Chin Mudra is this posture. This will bring more attention to whatever we do. Focus on our breath. Deep inhalation and deep exhalation in yogic manner. So whenever we are aware of breathing, our breathing should be in yogic manner. Yogic breathing starts by abdominal expansion. Many of us are already aware of it. So yogic breathing, abdominal expansion followed by thoracic expansion and then slight shoulder expansion. So if you see my posture, I am completely filled with oxygen. If you see me, especially the chest or thoracic chamber. So this is how the inhaled position should be, and we are holding the breath for some time, and then slowly relaxing the shoulder, relaxing the thorax, and then compressing the abdomen. So this compression should be significant enough or should be high enough so that maximum toxins come out. So make sure whenever you are breathing, whenever you are aware of breathing, please perform yogic breathing. If you for initial few days, if you do this with awareness, this will be involuntarily done. I mean, the yogic breathing will be involuntarily done. So please perform yogic breathing for 3 rounds. Abdominal expansion, thoracic expansion, and then slight shoulder expansion. Then slowly relax your shoulders, thorax, and then compress your abdomen. Again, inhale. Expand your abdomen, expand your thorax, and expand your shoulders. Slowly relax shoulders, thorax, and then compress the abdomen. One more round. Inhale. Expand abdomen, thorax, and then shoulders. And slowly relax the shoulders, thorax, and then compress the abdomen. Now let's get ready for Om chanting. So Om chanting should be done in the similar way with the breathing as yogic breathing. The breathing should be yogic breathing, but we are bringing out the Om chanting at the same time. So we will be chanting Om for 10 rounds. So stretch the Om chanting as long as possible, like a siren. We should not stop Om chanting by 3 or 4 seconds. It should be dragged, it should be stretched as long as possible. And we will do not just 3 rounds, but 10 rounds we will be doing, because that will bring a great positive wave throughout the body, starting from abdomen, taken up to thorax, and then finally to the head. So this brain function, ultimately, it will be taken into this positivity will be taken into the head, but throughout the body, this positive energy will be traveling across. Okay, so again, sit comfortable, keep the backbone straight. Just focus on throughout the body. If somewhere you are putting any unwanted pressure or strain, focus on that part and relieve that pressure. If you focus on that part and relieve that pressure, voluntarily it will be gone. The pressure or strain will be gone. And especially the eyebrows, relax your eyebrows, bring a sweet smile in your face. Okay, now take a deep inhalation for Om chanting in yogic breathing manner. Inhale. Hope there is no problem with anyone. So this is the third round of Om chanting. Could you please unmute everyone? Could you please unmute so that, yeah. So throughout this session, all of you will be in unmuted manner, so that if you have any doubt in between, you need not touch the phone and then speak up. Okay. So Anik, hope there is no doubt, right? There is no doubt or no problem with this.
No.
Okay. You are comfortable with this online so far, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Upasana. Okay. Deepa.
Hi.
Are you fine so far? Are you comfortable so far?
I'm doing.
Okay. Okay. Vinod. Hi, Upasana. Hi, ma'am. So, Hariram Cheda, Vinodeta, Hariram Eda.
Yes, fine.
Fine. Okay. Then who else has joined? Anik. Okay, fine. So, if there are no much noises surrounding you, please go on unmute. Okay, throughout this session. Otherwise, if there are some noises around you, you can be on mute, and when you have any doubt, you can speak up. Okay. Okay. So again, sit comfortably. We'll do 7 more Om chanting, and after this 7 Om chantings, please let me know what is happening or what you could feel after this 7 rounds or after this total 10 rounds. Okay. So again, take a deep inhalation in yogic manner. Now hold the breath and now start Om chanting. Everyone, just focus. Om is split up into A, O, M. When we chant A part, the vibrations will be in the abdominal region. When we chant O, vibrations will be in the thorax. And when we chant M, vibrations will be taken over to the head. That's why we bring that positive vibrations throughout the body and until or finally to the head. So just visualize a fireball. So that's how it works. The heat will be generated. So visualize a fireball which is taken from the belly region, transferred to the thorax, and finally to the head. And let's assume or let's visualize this is getting spread to the surroundings as well, through the Sahasrara Chakra. Sahasrara Chakra is something which is located at the crown of our head. Okay, so let's visualize it's getting splashed from the Sahasrara Chakra, this positive energy. Okay, so 3 more rounds remaining. Everyone with the maximum loud voice, please do Om chanting, but with comfortable manner, without any strain in any body parts. just especially the eyebrows. Okay, bring a sweet smile in your face. You take a deep inhalation. So, okay. So could all of you tell if you have any experience or if you have any special? So far you could have done like 3 rounds at a time. Like in our previous sessions in right doing yoga itself, we used to do just 3 rounds of Om chanting. So is there any specific feeling that you could get now when you have done 10 rounds of Om chanting? And those who have even not done the Om chanting on a daily basis, do you feel anything different? So, എന്തെങ്കിലും അങ്ങനെ ഫീൽ ചെയ്തായിരുന്നോ? Anik?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
ഒരു ബോഡി ചെറുതായിട്ടൊന്ന് ഹീറ്റ് ആയ പോയി അകത്തൊന്നും.
Okay, fine. So early morning ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഏറ്റവും ഐഡിയൽ പ്രാക്ടീസ് ആണ് ഓം ചാൻഡിങ്. സോ മാക്സിമം ഈ 10 റൗണ്ട്സ് എന്നുള്ളത് ഒരു മിനിമം കൗണ്ട് പറഞ്ഞേ ഉള്ളൂ. കംഫർട്ടബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള എത്ര കൗണ്ട്സ് വേണമെങ്കിൽ ചെയ്യാം. Of course, it will bring a great positivity to you. Okay. So, Deepa?
Yes.
Okay, similar feeling തന്നെയായിരുന്നു അത് എന്തെങ്കിലും വേറെ വ്യത്യാസം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നോ? Because the thing is, ഈ ഓരോ പ്രാക്ടീസും ഓരോ ബോഡിയിലും യുണീക്ക് ആയിട്ടായിരിക്കും ചിലപ്പോൾ ആക്ട് ചെയ്യുക. അപ്പോൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും അങ്ങനെ സ്പെഷ്യൽ ഫീലിങ്സ് എന്തെങ്കിലും വരുവാണെങ്കിൽ അത് ഇന്റിമേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി ഗുഡ് ഫോർ എവറി വൺ. അപ്പോൾ അതാണ് ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. സോ ഇനീഷ്യൽ ഡേ ആയത് കാരണം ഐ ഹോപ്പ് ലൈക്ക് വിനോദേട്ടനൊക്കെ എന്തോ ഒരു ടെക്നിക്കൽ പ്രോബ്ലം ഉണ്ട് തോന്നുന്നു അല്ലെ ഇടയ്ക്ക്? ഇല്ല. ഓക്കെ ആണല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ ശരി. അല്ല ഞാൻ ടെക്നിക്കൽ പ്രോബ്ലം എന്തോ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചു. ഇടയ്ക്ക്
സ്ക്രീൻ കറക്റ്റ് അല്ല.
ഇപ്പൊ കറക്റ്റാണ്. ഇങ്ങനെ ഇരുന്നോട്ടെ. ഓക്കെ.
എനിക്ക് ക്ലിയർ ആണ്. എനിക്ക് ചെറിയൊരു ഐ വൈബ്രേഷൻ ആയിരുന്നു. ഐ ചെറുതായിട്ട് വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിരുന്നു. ഐയുടെ മുകളിൽ നമ്മുടെ പുരികത്തിന്റെ അവിടെ ചെറിയൊരു വൈബ്രേഷൻ ആയിരുന്നു.
Okay. Thank you. So, Deepa and Upasana, if you have any concerns like this technical concerns so far, you can raise up, or whatever feelings or whatever experience which you have gained from Om chanting, you can share your experience. If you have anything.
Sir, I feel relaxed actually. Relaxed. On relaxed feeling.
Okay.
The last 2-3 days I was having some migraine pain, but I feel very relaxed.
Okay. That's great. Okay. Hello. I forgot his name. Sorry. Amitesh. Yeah. Hi, Amitesh. Okay. So do well. Yeah. So Deepa.
ബ്രീത്ത് ഹോൾഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടാവില്ല.
ബ്രീത്ത് ഹോൾഡ് ചെയ്യാം. ഓക്കെ, അതാണ് ഇനീഷ്യൽ ടൈമിൽ ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന ഒരു ചെറിയ കൺസ്ട്രെയിന്റ് ആണ് നമുക്ക് ബ്രീത്ത്. അപ്പൊ യോഗിക് ബ്രീത്തിങ് നമ്മൾ ആസ് മാക്സിമം വി പ്രാക്ടീസ് അത് ബെറ്റർ ആയി. ഓക്കെ, ഒരു ഡെയിലി റൂട്ടീനിൽ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. ഇനി നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് മുതൽ നമ്മൾ കൂടുതൽ എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻസ് ഒന്നും ഇല്ലാതെ ഈ 10 റൗണ്ട്സ് വെച്ചിട്ട് നമ്മൾ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ അതിന്റെ വ്യത്യാസം നമുക്ക് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ഓക്കെ, സോ കമ്മിങ് ടു ദ നെക്സ്റ്റ് പ്രാണായാമം, so coming to the first pranayama, so far we have learned yogic breathing and then Om chanting. Now, before getting into the actual session, we'll do the opening mantra and then we'll proceed with the pranayamic sessions. Okay, so sit comfortably again with the backbone straight. Wherever you are giving unwanted or unnecessary strain, release of those by giving a slight concentration to that particular area. Bring a seat, smile in your face. Inhale. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinamaditamasthu ma vidyushavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We pray to the Lord to protect us, to nourish us, to give us energy and vigor for all our activities. And from these interactions or in this class, whatever we gain or whatever we interact, be constructive and not to be destructive. And that's the meaning of this opening mantra. So it is necessary in traditional Indian culture. This opening mantra used to be chanted on before or in the beginning of all sessions or all classes, so that the interactions that happen in the class will be more constructive. We are praying that to be constructive. Okay, okay, for the first pranayama is Kapalabhati pranayama. So many of you are already aware Kapalabhati is like, Kapala means skull, Bhati means shining, so which basically mean we are improving the aura with the practice of Kapalabhati. We will be improving the aura and thereby immunity will be gained. Thereby the immunity will be gained. So immunity has a great significance at this moment, right? COVID in the samayatha, in COVID period, immunity is the primarily positive thing which can help everyone. So as the aura widens, immunity will also widen or improve. Then Kapalabhati has more functioning in the abdominal region. It's like, so the push that we give at the abdominal region gives a massage to the belly organs like stomach, pancreas and liver. So their function will also get improved. And also consistent practice of Kapalabhati for at least 30 counts will give a great belly fat reduction as well. And Kapalabhati will improve the breath stability. So these are all the benefits of Kapalabhati. So let's sit comfortably. So whichever is comfortable for you, be in that posture. So far I have been in Sukhasana posture, which is cross-leg posture. Now I am switching to the Vajrasana posture. So this switch between different postures is recommended because in normal day-to-day life, we are experiencing or we are giving our knee joint just this kind of movement. Okay, if we are sitting in chair, it will be like this, and if we are walking, this particular kind of movement is only being experienced by the knee joint. Okay, so but in our session, why I am recommending different sitting posture is like when we do Sukhasana or cross-leg position, we are giving that knee joint another version or another dimension or another exposure. And when we are doing this Vajrasana, this knee joint will be bent to the maximum or to the extreme level. Okay. So this different movements, dimensions of movements is required at different joints so that proper lubrication will happen to all the joints. So it's recommended, like you can switch between different sitting postures, but make sure it is convenient or comfortable for you. Okay. So Kapalabhati is like this. I'm keeping both of my hands in Chin Mudra. Now taking a deep breath in yogic manner. So abdominal expansion, thoracic expansion, and then shoulder expansion. Now observe my belly region. It's okay. So this is the practice of Kapalabhati. So make sure there is no facial expression which is coming while doing Kapalabhati. So it should not be like this. This particular facial expressions is not required. So try to make your face as plain or as as plain as possible. Okay, there need not be any unwanted expressions. So and make sure the belly region is freely moved. So when we compress it, it should come to the most slim manner, and then inhalation is involuntarily done. So just suppose a big backpack. Okay, backpack with two chambers. Okay, so when we compress or when we squeeze the bottom part of the backpack, the air inside it will come out, right? So that's happening. We are pushing the lower side of this backpack, and it is helping to expel more toxins out or more carbon dioxide perfectly. Then suppose this backpack, lower chamber of the backpack is coming back to its original shape. So normally when we compress it, it will come back in its own way, right? So for a particular level. So that kind of coming back is happening, and it will cause a volume change, and it will cause a pressure, and due to that pressure, oxygen is going in. So inhalation is not voluntarily here, whereas exhalation is voluntary here. Okay, so inhalation is automatically happening. So everyone, sit comfortably, keep the backbone straight, take a deep inhalation. So we will do it as much as possible. If you are sitting in Vajrasana, make sure you are not jumping. Okay, so this jump may hurt your ankle, or it will cause a slight pain in your ankle joint. Okay, so otherwise you can simply sit in cross-leg position. So that will, even if there is a jump happening, that will not hurt any joint. Okay, so sit comfortable. Take a deep inhalation. Now let's do Kapalabhati. Okay, take a deep inhalation. Let's begin. slowly and gradually come to the relaxed state with a deep inhalation and exhalation. Follow yogic breathing until you feel completely relaxed. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. So we would have felt a slight pressure in the belly region, more vibrations in the belly area. Those experience the energizing effect. Those symbolize, those give a signal that the body is being energized. Fat burning is already happened at the belly area, and breath stability happened. So now when you breathe in and breathe out, you can experience cooler air that goes in and warm air that comes out. So this warm air signifies more carbon dioxide or more toxin that comes out. Maintain a sweet smile in your face. Okay. So all of you comfortable with Kapalabhati? Anik, was your practice?
Okay? Yes, sir. Yes, so it was.
Okay. So make sure, like I just noticed, like your shoulder somewhere you are exerting a slight pressure. So make sure you, whenever you feel that, or before your practice, just move your shoulders. If you want, you can just twist your spine, like keeping the hand like this. Twist your spine. Then inhale, exhale, twist your spine. The other side. Inhale, come back. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. So everyone, please do this. Final twist. Inhale, straight, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay. So if there is any unwanted strain that you give to any body part, this will be relieved off. And make sure you just move your shoulder joints. Okay.
I feel back pain.
Back pain വീണ്ടും okay.
When I'm doing Kapalabhati.
കപാലഭാതി ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ബാക്ക് പെയിൻ വരുന്നത് കപാലഭാതി ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് മുന്നേ കിടന്നിട്ടുള്ള ഭൂനമൻ ആസന. So ഭൂനമൻ, stretch your legs straight and then do the same spinal twist, but deeply inhale, then bend and like let's your foreheads down on the mat. Now again inhale, come back and exhale towards the other side. Again inhale, come back. So yes, deeply inhale and exhale, bend to the side, then inhale, come back and exhale, bend to the other side. Maybe so we know, maybe because initially okay, carry on Anik, carry on. So I was talking about, so Vinod's back pain might be like after a long time this is being practiced, right? So if this was not a routine exercise, so this can be considered as a beginner's problem. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So Kapalabhati, please do it. So I have always been telling, like, please do it for the maximum count, for the maximum number of cycles. Minimum 30 rounds of forceful exhalation and involuntary inhalation should happen. And we should feel that strain in the belly region. Then only the benefits of Kapalabhati can be gained. Okay. Benefits of Kapalabhati being the abdominal fat reduction, breath stability, detoxification, and immunity improvement. So just make sure this COVID period, we need immunity. Okay, so basically, since so far, since we didn't have any such any problems related with COVID, it's clear that we all have immunity. But still, let's do this, and let's request our relatives or friends, everyone, to do this particular immunity boosting exercises. Okay. Now coming to the second pranayama, and since it's 7:42, we will clearly do this Bhastrika pranayama as well, and we will explain a bit more science behind yogic breathing, and then we'll wind up, and then we'll continue the rest of the pranayamas, and these pranayamas without much explanations in Monday's session. Okay, so tomorrow and day after tomorrow there won't be sessions. So coming to Bhastrika pranayama, Bhastrika, everyone please just have a look. So all of you know already about Bhastrika, since you all were in our sessions. Okay, keeping the hand more flexible and keeping the closed fist beside the shoulders. Okay, keeping the spine straight. Yeah, here make sure you are not sitting on Vajrasana. We are just sitting on the cross leg position, which is the more easy pose. Okay, because there's a jump involved, so which might hurt your ankle if you are in Vajrasana. Okay, so the practice is like this: both inhalation and exhalation are forceful, both are voluntarily done. Okay, so when we inhale, forcefully inhale and open the fingers. Then when we exhale, forcefully exhale and close the fingers. So inhalation can be like 1 or 2 seconds dragged, and exhalation is like an impact which is coming down. So impact, how we are hitting with a hammer. So just that momentary action or that impact should be there for exhalation. So as you would have noticed, this is a heavy detoxifying practice. So the primary benefit of this is detoxification itself. The lung capacity, or the lung cavity will be completely cleared off with the practice of Bhastrika, and also it helps in awakening Kundalini. So these two are the primary benefits of practicing Bhastrika. So everyone, let's keep your hands beside your shoulders. Again, this should be dragged until 30 rounds minimum. Okay. Both inhalation and exhalation are forced. So let's begin. Okay, close your eyes. Feel the vibrations in the belly region as well as the thoracic cavity. More vibrations will be at the thoracic cavity as well as the shoulder joints. So these vibrations show the level of being energized. This is a heavy energy booster practice, the Bhastrika. So Bhastrika, as the name suggests, Bhastrika is kind of a tool being used by the traditional metal metal melting people. So the people who used to make lamp with bronze, right? The people who used to make the idols of lords, idols of gods with the help of bronze or brass, use a particular tool in order to heat up this metal. So this particular tool, when compressed, will give air out, and that will help to bring more fire. Okay, so this particular tool is called Basrika. So what we are doing is like we are with this impact, we are pressing this cavity like Basrika, that particular tool. So this thoracic cavity is being pressed like that tool, so that air will be blown out and even body will be heated up. So close your eyes. Just visualize the array of light emerging from Mooladhara chakra, which is where the Kundalini of a normal person resides. So the Mooladhara chakra is located at the seat. So Basrika helps to raise this Kundalini from Mooladhara chakra to the higher chakras. So the higher chakras are, after Mooladhara chakra, it's like Swadhisthana chakra or sex chakra. Then comes solar plexus chakra or Surya chakra. Then comes Anahata chakra or heart chakra. Then comes Vishuddhi chakra or throat chakra. Then comes Ajna chakra. And then comes Sahasrara chakra. So this Kundalini raises normally step by step, but Basrika helps in awakening this or helping in raising Kundalini. So each time the Kundalini raises, the person gets more awakened or more enlightened. Okay. Slowly and gradually open your eyes. Okay. So now we'll get to know what happened when we do yogic breathing. Again, most of you are aware of that. Yogic breathing, when we do that, we are initiating with the abdominal expansion, right? Abdominal expansion. So you don't mind if you are making a temporary pot belly, no issue. ചെറിയൊരു കുടവയറ് നമ്മൾ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. Okay, it's not a problem. So we are expanding our belly cavity. So let this be freely expanded. Okay, and then followed by thoracic expansion, and then followed by shoulder expansion. Then shoulder relax, thoracic relaxation, and then abdominal compression. Okay, so the abdomen, when expanded during exhalation, should go off as well. Okay, നമ്മൾ expand ചെയ്ത് അങ്ങനെ തന്നെ നിർത്തരുത്. Pot belly ആക്കാൻ ഈസിയാണ്. It's easy to make it pot belly, but to compress also we should be able to. Okay, so when we expand the abdomen, the internal organs like stomach, pancreas, insulin, and all, liver and all come out slightly a bit. Okay, come out or get expelled out a bit along with the cavity of the stomach chamber. Okay, along with the walls of the stomach chamber, those organs will come out. So what happened to the diaphragm? Diaphragm is something which separates the thoracic cavity with the stomach cavity, right? So this diaphragm is shaped like this. So when these internal organs come out slightly a bit, there is more more space in the stomach cavity. So this diaphragm slowly lower down. So normally the lung, lower part of the lung is being touched with the diaphragm. So lung is not attaining its original shape in normal ways. Or when we do shallow breathing and all, the diaphragm is being touched by the lower part of the lung. So lower part of the lung usually becomes or have a tendency to become flat. So the total volume of the lung is not being attained in a normal way. So when this diaphragm come down, the lung attains its normal shape. It's like a big peanut shape. So the lower part is made into its actual shape. So more volume is created, more air gets in. So that's where the chest expansion happen or thoracic expansion happen. More air goes in, more oxygen goes into the lung capacity, lung cavity. And then followed by the next step is like a slight shoulder expansion. So the clavicular bones also exert a slight pressure on these corners of the lungs. Okay, so when we are like this, it exerts a slight pressure from the lower part of the lungs. So lungs are experienced by a pressure from the lower part, from the upper corners as well. Okay, so we are expanding the abdomen, we are expanding the thorax, and then we are expanding the shoulders. So this way, the lung gets completely free to attain its original shape. So during this time, whatever we inhale, that will contribute to the maximum volume of the lungs. So more oxygen is taken in. So always for the entire body, oxygen is required in an ample amount. For all the cells, oxygen is required. If a cell is not getting oxygen, that particular cell dies off. Okay. So in order to prevent cell killing or cell die, we are taking maximum oxygen in. So this ample amount of oxygen is being supplied to all the cells. So all cells gain enough oxygen. Now, when we relax the clavicular bones, we are again exerting a slight pressure to the lungs. We are relaxing the thorax. That is the next step. And then we are compressing the abdomen. So when we compress the abdomen, these internal organs come in. Okay, and there is less space in the stomach cavity. So automatically the diaphragm comes up, and that will exert a slight pressure at the lower part of the lungs. So the lung is being compressed. Simply, the lung is being compressed. So more carbon dioxide or more toxin comes out. Okay. So that is the science behind this yogic breathing. So that's why whenever we are aware of breathing, we should follow yogic breathing in order to get maximum oxygen, in order to refresh the body maximum, and in order to detoxify the body maximum. Okay. So everyone, just 3 more rounds of yogic breathing, and then we will wind up the session. Okay. So sit comfortable. Sit in cross-leg position. You know that one? Cross-leg position. Take a deep inhalation. So starting with abdominal expansion, make a quad belly, followed by thoracic expansion, and then finally clavicular expansion or shoulder expansion. Hold the breath for some time. Slowly exhale and relax your shoulders, relax your thorax, and then compress your abdomen. Push in the abdomen. Okay. Push here. Okay. Again, inhale. Expand the abdomen, expand the thorax, and then shoulders. Hold the breath. Maintain a sweet smile. Slowly relax the shoulders, thorax, and then compress. Again, inhale. Abdomen, thorax, shoulders. Hold the breath. Relax shoulders, thorax, and then compress abdomen. Okay. Now we'll do some practices in order to gain more relax. So we will discuss few minutes about how this work from home can be easily managed. Okay. So during work from home, we can often do this forehead drag. So forehead So keep the fingers at the middle of the forehead and then drag the fingers to the temporal area. This will detoxify your forehead area. So slowly and gradually drag the fingers down towards the temporal region. So this is ideal to be practiced in midst of your work from home schedule. Okay. Now just do a temporal rub. So keep your palm at the temporal area and then rub it clockwise and anti-clockwise. Clockwise again and then again anti-clockwise. Okay. Now for eyes, drag the lower eyelid down and just feel a cool breeze that goes in to your eyes. The cool breeze that goes into your eyes, dragging your lower eyelid down without disturbing the eyeball. Eyeball should not be disturbed. Now, again, without disturbing the eyeball, with the help of the wrist area, drag the upper eyelid upwards. Do not disturb the eyeball. Again, feel a cool breeze that goes into your eye. This helps in oxygenating your eyes. Even oxygen is required for your eyes as well. Okay. Now again, without disturbing your eyeball, drag your eyes sidewise. So the sphincter muscles can be stretched sidewise without disturbing the eyeball. Okay. Now widely spread the eyes. Widely spread eyes. And then rotate the eyeball clockwise through the extremities. Let the eyeball travel. At the same time, engage your breath as well. So when the eyeball goes up, inhale. When eyeball comes down, exhale. Now let's do this eyeball rotation in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, relax. Now neck rotation. Inhale, look up. Exhale, sidewise. Inhale, look up. Then in the other direction, exhale down and inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down. Do not open your mouth while doing this practice. As well as do not close your eyes for a longer time when you do this. Both may cause fainting. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. One round clockwise and one round anti-clockwise. This should not be done continuously. Continuous clockwise direction and continuous anti-clockwise direction is not recommended here because again that might cause fainting. Engage the breath while doing this exercise. Now coming to the shoulder joints. Okay, just keep the hand like this. Then inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. Keep the face straight. Okay, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Now rotate the elbow joint to the extremities slowly and gradually. Keep the face straight. Keep the face straight. Then anti-clockwise. Okay. Stretch your hands up. Stretch your hands up. Interlock your fingers like this. Stretch up, stretch up. Stretch as if someone is pulling you from the top. Stretch maximum. And then exhale, relax. Okay. Now again this spinal twist. Inhale straight and exhale sideways. Inhale straight and exhale. Look at the right shoulder. Inhale straight, exhale. Look at the left shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Now we are going to do Paschimottanasana. Paschimottanasana. Stretch your legs straight. Okay. Inhale up, hands up, another up. Legs straight, hands straight tight. Okay. Inhale up and slowly exhale down. Catch hold the heels or catch hold the foot. Anywhere on the foot you can catch hold. Now exhale. Slowly each exhalation, compress the abdomen and try to bend your spine more and more. Inhale in that position and again exhale, go down. Inhale in that position, again exhale, go down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Slowly, gradually, come up, raise your hands up. And then Purvottanasana at the back, hands at the back. Yes, very good, very good. At the back. So if you are on floor, you will be easily raising up your hip. If you are on a bed like me, it is difficult to raise up because of this cushion. Okay, relax. Try to raise the hip maximum as much as possible. Yes, very good. So we have triggered all the joints and important organs from head until the hip now. Okay. Now for the hip joint, stretch your legs wide. Stretch your legs wide away like a V shape. Okay. Now exhale and then inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Now the other direction. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. കഴുത്തൊക്കെ ഫ്രീ ആയിട്ട് കംഫർട്ടബിൾ ആയിട്ട് ഇരിക്കുക. കംപ്രഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്ട്രെയിൻ എവിടെയും വരണ്ട. Exhale. Okay. Very good. Relax. Okay. Now try to be in Ardha Padmasana. Okay. Ardha Padmasana is like this. Bring any of your heel to touch on the hip joint. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Fine. So be in Ardha Padmasana, and then later on we will be practicing the Purna Padmasana or simple Padmasana. So here, just raise the knee. So which leg is at the top? Raise the same knee up and down. Hold over that knee and then slowly move it up and down. So try to bring it up to your shoulder. So if the left leg is at the top, bring the left knee towards the left shoulder and then drop down, again up, drop down. So when you are bringing up, exhale, dropping, inhale, exhale, inhale. അർദ്ധപത്മാസനം തന്നെയല്ലേ? ഈ ഫൂട്ട് ഇവിടെ വെക്കുന്നില്ലേ? ഫൂട്ട് ഇവിടെ ഹിപ്പിൽ വെക്കണം. ഹിപ്പ് ജോയിന്റിൽ ടച്ച് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. പത്മാസനം അറിയാലോ? യെസ്. എക്സേൽ, ഇൻഹേൽ. Okay, now let's interchange the legs. Now the right leg. So my right leg is now at the top. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, very good. Now stretch the legs. Rotate your ankle joint. You can comfortably keep your hands at the back as well. Now spread your toes. Each toes in your legs, spread them wide. Spread them wide. Again, this is helping to oxygenate each of the cells located on your toes. Initially, difficulty in down. Ankle joint, maybe there might be a pain because this Ardha Padmasana is giving a slight strain at the ankle joint. And now when we are stretching that ankle joint, we may get a slight pain. Okay. Then up and down, toes, move up and down, move up and down. Yes, very good. Okay. So now the time is already 8. Okay. So we'll wind up the session with a closing mantra. Sit comfortable. Again, yogic inhalation. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mukshiya Mamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly rub your hands on the face. Again, rub your hands forehead to the back of your head. Again, rub your hands neck to the lower part of your body. And finally, rub your hands. Place in front of your eyes without opening your eyes. At the same time, transfer the heat to your eyes and slowly and gradually open your eyes. Thank you all. Thank you for joining today. Any concerns or technical problems, or if you have any technical difficulties with the sessions like this, do you have any suggestions? എല്ലാവരും മ്യൂട്ട് ആവുന്നു.
അല്ല ഉമേഷ് ഹരിറാമാണ്. എനിക്ക് സെഷൻ ഓക്കെ ആയിരുന്നു. ടെക്നിക്കൽ ഗ്ലിച്ചസ് ഒന്നും ഇല്ലായിരുന്നു. എല്ലാം ഓക്കെ ആയിരുന്നു. എല്ലാം നമുക്ക് സെഷൻ ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ട് അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ട്. അതില് എന്റെ കൺസേൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, എനിക്ക് ആക്ച്വലി നമ്മൾ ഫോർവേഡ് ബെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് എനിക്ക് ബെൻഡ് ആവാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. എനിക്ക് ബെൻഡ് ആവുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഭയങ്കര പെയിന്, ഭയങ്കര ബാക്കിൽ ഭയങ്കര പെയിനായിരുന്നു.
സ്റ്റാർട്ടിങ്ങില് ആർക്കും അങ്ങനെ തല അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഹെഡ് ടു നീ പോസ്റ്റർ എന്നാണ് പശ്ചിമോത്താസനെ പറയുന്നത്. എക്സ്ട്രീം ഫോർവേഡ് ബെൻഡ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഹെഡ് ടു നീ പോസ്റ്റർ. അപ്പൊ ഹെഡ് ടു നീയിലേക്ക് ആർക്കും ഇനീഷ്യൽ ഡേയിൽ എത്തില്ല. പക്ഷെ ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ബാക്ക് പെയിൻ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, ഈ സിവിയർ ബാക്ക് പെയിൻ അല്ല ഒരു മൈൽഡ് ബാക്ക് പെയിൻ ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ഗോ ഓഫ് ഇൻ സം ലൈക്ക് 3-4 days. ആ ഒരു റെഗുലർ പ്രാക്ടീസോടെ അത് പോകും. അതാണ് ഈ ബിഗിനേഴ്സ് ക്രൈസിസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സംഭവം എല്ലാവരുടെയും. ഈച്ച് ഓഫ് ദ യോഗാസന ഹാസ് ദാറ്റ് ബിഗിനേഴ്സ് ക്രൈസിസ്. സോ അതൊരു മൈൽഡ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് ക്യാൻ ബി കൺസിഡർ ബിഗിനേഴ്സ് ക്രൈസിസ്. അതല്ല ഒട്ടും പറ്റുന്നില്ല, ഒരു അത്രയും ഒരു സിവിയർ ഇതാണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് ഇനീഷ്യലി തന്നെ ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ട്രിഗർ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കംഫർട്ടബിൾ ആക്കാനുള്ള സ്പൈനൽ ട്വിസ്റ്റുകളും ഭൂനമനാസന എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇങ്ങനെ ഇതൊക്കെ ചെയ്ത് അതായത് ചിൻ നിലത്ത് തട്ടണം, ഭൂമി നമിക്കുക, നമ്മൾ ഭൂമിനെ നമിക്കണം. അപ്പൊ അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ സ്പൈൻ കുറച്ചുകൂടി കംഫർട്ടബിൾ ആവും. പിന്നെ നമുക്ക് ബ്രിഡ്ജ് പോസ് ചെയ്യാം, അതേപോലെ കോബ്ര പോസ് ചെയ്യാം. അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയുള്ള പോസസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് വീണ്ടും കംഫർട്ടബിൾ ആക്കാം. അപ്പൊ ഇത് ഇനീഷ്യൽ ഡേയ്സിൽ കംഫർട്ടബിൾ അല്ല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് വിഷമിക്കേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. കാരണം നമ്മൾ സ്പൈനിന് വേണ്ടി തന്നെ ലോവർ ബാക്കിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള കോബ്ര പോസും ഇതെല്ലാം ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കുറച്ചുകൂടി ബെറ്റർ ആവും. ഓക്കെ, നമ്മളുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഇന്നത്തെ സെഷൻ പ്രൈമറിലി ഈ ടെക്നിക്കൽ ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ടി we were more concerned about the way how this goes, right? So if it was not that efficient like a real class, if you suggest any changes, please do that so that it will help. Deepa, any concerns?
കൺസേൺസ് ഒന്നുമില്ല, ടെക്നിക്കൽ ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ടീസ് ഒന്നും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല.
ഈ ബൈൻഡിങ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒരു ബാക്കിൽ ഒരു സപ്പോർട്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ബൈൻഡിങ് ഐ മീൻ ലൈക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ബൈൻഡ് ചെയ്തില്ലേ ഇങ്ങനെ, അപ്പൊ ബാക്കിൽ ഫിസിക്കലി ഒരു സപ്പോർട്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ കൊള്ളായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഇങ്ങനെ റിമോട്ട്ലി എല്ലാം അങ്ങനത്തെ ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ടീസ് ഉണ്ട്, വേറെ പ്രോബ്ലംസ് ഇല്ല.
Okay. Upasana ma'am, do you have any problems? Did you face any issues in between?
Sir, I feel very good actually. I was thinking sometimes why didn't we start a little bit before from March or something like that. We really missed so lot of time.
So yeah, what we are thinking is like from Monday we'll...
Yeah, it's very effective, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm very pleased, sir. Thank you.
So thank you everyone. Thank you Deepa, Vinod, Upasana ma'am and Hariyada. Anik, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.